I just got my first book mail. Let's dig into it while I talk to you about the book that's inside that I absolutely loved. I was scrolling on TikTok one day, as one does, and I came across an author promoting her book. And basically, it said, if you have had religious trauma, and if you love Hosier, and if you love dark academia, and if you want main characters who aren't 18 years old, this book might be for you. Honestly, she might not have even said that last part, but I think that's what appealed to me. Sold, 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 sold. I was in, and I immediately went and found the book on Kindle, ate it up, and now, of course, I need the book trophy. So I ordered not just the book, but like a book box from her website, and God, if I can ever open this box, it'll be exciting to see it. You know how that girl just trademarked Hot Girls Read? I'm going to trademark Hot Girls Don't Know How to Open Boxes. Oh my gosh, I finally opened it. Okay. It's the simple things in life. A seal, a gorgeous seal. I'm freaking out. Okay, so this book, it is called Shrike by Charla Ayers. Shrike as in Dominus Shrike, who is the main male character in this book. He is a professor at, I think it's Adenin, I could possibly be saying that wrong, academy. The story follows Thorn Alder, this young girl who has these like violent fits and episodes at the very beginning of the book. And anytime she has these episodes, something terrible happens in her life like the next day, and they happen year after year once she like turns a certain age. And basically she decides that she is going to find answers, and she thinks answers lie at this academy. Of course, where this hot, moody, mean, dark professor works and lives. So Thorn travels all on her own to this academy under the guise of like she's going to write this mythological journal, but truly she's looking for a cure, and she thinks that the answers are in this academy. This is so stunning. I've never received mail like as gorgeous as this in my life. This was packed with such care. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's dig in. Amanda, that's me. Thank you so much for your order and all the amazing support. I truly hope you've enjoyed your time in Aracle. Welcome to Adonian. Endlessly yours, Charla. It's really special. Okay. Let's dive in. I'll talk more about the book, but I can't do two things at once. So this is Thorn. She is our main character. Absolutely love her. She's so like fun, spazzy, but really smart. Obviously has like this whimsical sense about her because she believes that there's like a magical cure to these episodes that she's having, and she thinks that they're tied into like these gods and mythological ancestry on this certain island. And the moment that she lands at this gorgeous Adonian academy, she locks in, is the best way I can describe what happens to Thorn Alder in this book. And then, of course, this is our Dominus. Okay. Welcome to Adonian Academy of History and Art. During your study, we require you to remain inside the castle past nightfall. Keep your weapons close and your wits closer. So, of course, once she lands at this castle, it's dark, it's Gothic, it's moody. It's like this castle that sits on a cliff overlooking the oceans, constantly covered in this mist. Many people tell her, okay, girl, you stay locked up in your room, which happens to be right beside Professor Dominus's room. But they say, girl, you better stay in your room. Like, no joke, don't be going outside, because things that happen outside after dark is none of our business. So what does she do? Of course, she goes outside. She goes outside. She starts seeing things, and from there, the story really picks up. I don't want to spoil it, so like I'm struggling talking too much about it without just absolutely giving everything away. But just know that when you're in this story, the way it starts is not at all the way it ends, and I absolutely ate that up. It felt like there was a portal that you stepped into between part 1 and part 2 of this book, and I just thought that it was so masterfully done. It made me feel like I was on the edge of my seat every single page I was turning, especially once I got to part 2. If you've read this book, you know, you understand. If you haven't read it yet, it's a really fun reading experience, and I highly recommend. Gosh, this is so cool. Okay, so this is the map. Never journey without your map. Be warned, scholar. Things are not always as they appear. See what's in here. No, a candle. Come on. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is, I just held this up to the camera as if you could smell it. That's how much I wish you guys were in the room with me instead of me just talking to myself. It's like a little book page holder, like a bookmark that you put on the corner of your pages. But what's really special about this one, can you see it in tiny, tiny letters right there stamped in? So this says My Agony. You guys, I've made a video about this in the past. I have been really over romantasy nicknames, or like romance books nicknames. They're getting out of hand. But in this book, he calls her a Gaelic term that translates to my agony, because whenever he meets her, she was just this unexpected turn in his life with like everything he has going on. But I'm like thinking about it again and getting like itchy and torn up. Anyways, he calls her my agony, and if you read the book, it makes a lot of sense, and it's actually really special and not like how it sounds whenever I'm just saying it out loud. It's really cute. I love it. This is adorable. I love it. I love all these goodies. I'm gonna explode. Okay. Stickers. Gorgeous little moody stickers for my Kindle case. They keep coming. They keep coming. They keep coming. Stop. This is pretty. This is where I want to be. Wait, what's this? Oh, I remember what this is. Hold the phone. Okay. There's a scene where he's like, oh, this is my oil. I like, you know, like a cologne. It's so nice. So, anyways, I think this is his oil. It is. Am I about to smell Dominus Shrike? I need to like chill. I need to chill out. Okay. Girl. Oh my god. I'm just going I'm going to light that candle. I'm going to put this oil from H to T and read this book again. Okay. Book time. Is that not one of the most loveliest book covers you have ever seen? Oops. I started talking about Dominus Shrike for one story and my shirt started coming untied. I mean, okay. Oh my god, I don't know why I didn't expect this. It's signed. Oh my god. I've never had a book signed by an author before. I don't know why this kind of makes me want to make me cry. You know, I could go on and on about the plot, the characters, their development, the magic. I love talking about those things, but what I really want to say at the end of this, and it's really reflected in this absolutely amazing sweet package that I just received. I purchased this, by the way. But still, like the thought, the detail that this author had in putting together, like these stickers and the card and the scent that smells like the main male character. That is so reflective of the care and attention to detail as far as the emotional experience of reading this book. The moment that Thorn steps off of the carriage and onto the island looking up at that castle, I was no longer in my home in like hot 90-degree South Georgia. I was there in Aragall. That is what I love about reading. Whenever a story can immediately transport me into this mystical, magical, moody place, I love it. Like there's no notes. She really made all of my senses fire off when I was reading this one. I really recommend it, especially if you've kind of been in like a romantasy, fantasy slump. This will get you out of it. One thing I'm gonna say, part 2 gets a little kinky. So if you are a bit of a prude, the same for you, girl. The same for you. But if you're down for some like weird stuff, This was so fun. I absolutely loved diving into this package. I'm about to light this candle. I'm about to go put this oil on me, and I'm probably going to crack this open and reread it because it was that good. Okay. Read Shrike.